Hello students, today we will go through our first video on how to write the proposal. So, there is a format for writing proposal for year 2 research. This format file will be shared to you, and first you have to give the title of the research, Depression among University Students in Perak State, and various socio-demographic factors associated with the depression. This is one example. Okay, depression among university students in Perak State and various socio-demographic factors associated with the depression. Then you have to give student's name and QIUP ID, supervisor's name, designation, department, faculty. Now we can go through the contents. Contents should have 4 chapters. Okay, this is the content for proposal. Okay, first chapter will be introduction. Second chapter will be literature review. Third chapter will be methodology. And the fourth chapter will be expected results. Okay. And after that, you have to give Gantt chart. Gantt chart is timeline chart. Okay. Followed by references. These are the components. I will repeat once again. Chapter 1 will be introduction. Chapter 2 will be literature review. Chapter 3 will be methodology. Chapter 4 will be expected results, followed by Gantt chart and references. So, first we will see what is to be included in introduction. Introduction should have background, problem statement, research questions, and objective of the research, hypothesis, and significance of the study. So, what all things? Background should be there. Problem statement. What is the problem statement? Then you have to give the research questions. Okay, what is the research question? Followed by objectives. Objectives should be divided as general objective and specific objective. Followed by hypothesis. Hypothesis will be written as null hypothesis or alternate hypothesis. Followed by significance of the study. Okay. Chapter 1, Introduction. Introduction will have background. Background means we have to justify about the importance of the research. For this example, it is depression among university students in Perak State and various socio-demographic factors associated with depression. Okay, so we have to justify the importance of the research. Why this research is needed. How you will justify the importance of research, you have to tell what is depression. You have to give depression is a psychological disorder with these and these symptoms. Okay, like that. And you have to give the importance of taking this topic. Why depression is important? Depression is a very important public health problem. Depression can lead to suicidal ideation, suicidal tendency, and depression can reduce the quality of life. Depression can reduce the productivity. Depression can reduce the academic performance. All these things you have to tell. With the reference, you have to quote the reference. From other studies, from other authentic websites, you have to quote the references. So, depression is a public health problem. Now you have to think about why depression among university students. So, you have to tell depression is a major problem among university students because university students go through so much stress, financial stress, family stress, or other expectation from others, not able to perform as you expect, so many stress you are going through. So among university students, there are so many factors which can lead to depression. That also you have to add in background. What are the gaps in knowledge? Gaps in knowledge means one area not many studies are done. Maybe association between obesity and depression. Not many studies have done. Or association between smoking and depression. Not many studies done. Okay, you have to identify the gaps in knowledge. Which area your research can fill? That you have to type in the background. That also please give the reference. Then what is the level of depression among university students? I told you your topic is depression among university students, right? So you have to write why is it a big problem among university students? Suicide is a problem, poor academic performance is a problem, anxiety is a problem. Okay, all these things you can add to the background. After the background, you have to type the problem statement. How important is the problem of depression among university students? You have to quote some references. According to a study done in Selangor, this much percentage of college students were depressed. According to a study done in Singapore, this much percentage was depressed. That one you have to quote in problem statement. Why it is a problem? A reader should know that it is a major problem. It's a public health issue. Okay. Then comes to research question. Research question means what you are going to answer. What you are going to answer. After the research, you are getting answer to these research questions. So in this case, what is the research question? What is the level of depression among university students in Perak State? Then second part of the research question is there any difference in mean depression level in various socio-demographic categories? Is there any difference in mean depression level in various socio-demographic categories? That depends on your research. Sometimes your research will be finding out a mean score. Okay, in that case, you have to write research question like this. Is there any difference in mean depression level in various socio-demographic categories? Now we have to write objectives. Objectives of the research means what? What are you going to measure at the end of this research? Can be divided into general objective and specific objectives. Okay, general objective means give a general objective including all what you are going to measure or study. So in this study, the general objective is to study the level of depression among university students in Perak State and its association with various socio-demographic characteristics. We are combining both together. One is level of depression among university students in Perak State and its association with various socio-demographic characteristics. Specific objective, we have to list it as separate. Two specific objectives will be there. One is to study the level of depression among university students in Perak State, to study the differences in mean depression levels in various socio-demographic categories. So that is a specific objective. Specific objective should be SMART. What is SMART? Specific, measurable, achievable, result-oriented. Result-oriented, repeatable or replicable or time-bound. It should be specific. Specific objective should be specific. In this case, to study the level of depression among university students in Perak state. To study the difference in mean depression levels in various socio-demographic characteristics or categories. These are the two specific objectives. These are measurable also. Level of depression among university students you can measure. Study the difference in mean depression level in various socio-demographic categories, that also you can measure. Achievable, you can achieve it. Result oriented, what is a result here? Level of depression, then difference in mean depression level in various socio-demographic categories. What is repeatable or replicable? Your study should be repeatable by some other guy. Some other person in Singapore should see, oh, students from Ipoh has done a study. We will repeat that study in our setting. Replicable means they should be able to repeat this study. And it should be time bound. We should be able to finish this study in a time bound period. Okay. Now we can go to hypothesis of the research. Hypothesis means what? These are the assumptions of this research. What are the assumptions? Okay, there should be two types of assumptions. One is null hypothesis, another is alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is the assumption that there is no significant difference in mean depression level in various socio-demographic categories. Okay, if your study is to study the association between physical activity and academic performance, then null hypothesis will be like that. There is no association between physical activity and academic performance. Alternate hypothesis means what? That is a assumption that there is some relationship or association. Here, alternate hypothesis is there is a significant difference in mean depression levels in various socio-demographic categories. Okay.